Hey, what is up, warriors? It's the Quadfather here, doing another episode of Wisdom Wednesday. And today we have 3 stories for you. One is about an ex-girlfriend, another is about a young man who has social problems, and the third one is about a religious bully. So, hey, before I get started, though, we did some traveling recently, and I want to talk to you guys. I assume most of you guys are guys, and I want to talk to you about urinal etiquette. I think we all kind of understand this because I've kind of noticed it in my 48 years on this planet. There's some rules, some basic rules. And if you guys have any rules, go ahead and comment, make them comment in the section below, because I don't want to violate any urinal rules, because, it's very delicate when you've got your little man bits hanging out and other guys are around. So first one, obviously, is no eye contact. You can't have eye contact with other guys in the urinal or in the bathroom. It's just something wrong about that, unless you know them, of course. And how about don't take the one right next to the guy, right? If there's already some guy using a urinal, you have to leave at least one in between you. Otherwise, you worry, like, why is this guy getting so close to me? And the other rule definitely is don't look. You're not supposed to look. You can't look. I mean, your guy pulls out, his thing and he's doing his business. You can't look at him. I mean, that's just a flat out rule, right? But what made me think about that was I was actually at the boardwalk in Santa Cruz, and it was a crowded time, and everybody was pouring into the bathroom. So I had to take a stall next to a guy, or a urinal next to a guy, and you try not to look. You can't. But God, I got peripheral vision, and you always want to represent yourself well, but this guy next to me, all of a sudden I looked out, and I mean, I didn't look, but in my peripheral vision, it's just like, wow, this just flopped out there. I'm like, man, this guy's using 2 hands. I feel so inadequate. I'm not quite the man he was. And so I breaking all the rules, I glanced over and I saw, fortunately, what I saw was the end of his belt. It wasn't him and his manhood, and because I didn't want to see it, but man, that was So it was his belt. So don't look. Just avoid eye contact. Don't take the one next to him, and and don't talk to other guys. All right. Well, let me get on with the questions here. Hey, Quad, I have a situation. My ex and I broke up about a month ago, and she still wants to talk as if we're best friends about her new boyfriend. Well, you know what, dude? What's your name? Deuce? Deuce, I'm going to stop you right there. Okay, ex-girlfriend, you're not hanging out with her. Especially if she's talking to you about another guy. No, done, goodbye. Okay? I think guys have the illusion, or girls have the illusion, or something that guys and girls, especially after they're dating, can still be friends. No. It doesn't happen. Guys and girls are not really friends. I mean, Chris Rock says, I'll give you the G version or the PG version. He gives you an R-rated version. But he says, guys don't have girls as friends. They're just girls you ain't girls you ain't dated with yet. So, no, he goes on to talk about bringing up the past and how it blah, blah, blah. Really, Deuce, no. She's not your friend, okay? I mean, especially if you guys broke up and you should be breaking your heart. But what do you guys think? Do you think guys and girls can really just be friends? I do see that there are exceptions, but even when I was thinking about it, when I was in high school and early college and I had girls as friends, either I had girls as friends who were friends with girls I wanted to date. Now, I get that. Or girls who I had as friends that if ever they said, hey, you want to make this a little more than friends, then I would. Guys, unfortunately, we have a one-track mind. And to be honest, if you want to spend the bulk of your time with someone and there's going to be no romantic involvement, I think it's guys. I mean, I like hanging out with guys better than I like hanging out with girls, except for, for certain reasons. And I don't mean to minimize it, and I'm not saying that life's all about sex, and you can have a connection with a female that's different and deeper sometimes than even a guy, because you can kind of have that connection and share that bond. But that's a relationship. That's not a friendship. That's guys and girls who have that type of connection. It grows into an actual relationship. Don't call it a friendship and pretend that it's not. All right. So anyway, on to the next one. Hi, Quad and Quadfather. I've been having problems with my friends. They find it weird that I don't hang out with them there very often. I tell them that I have high standards for friends and no one stands out to me, but they still bug me about it. I mostly spend time I mostly spend time on the computer and video games, and I have a hard time talking a lot in person, but on social media and in chat, I do very good. What should I do? I'm afraid I will lose my school friends if I don't start doing things with them. Quadfather can call me Milty. All right, Milty. Yeah, you're right. You're gonna lose your friends if you don't start spending time with them. I mean, and I've seen this. I've talked to a lot of people and run across this with our computers, with our phones, with our video games, with all the other ways we have to interact through Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and all the other ways you guys all talk to each other. People are losing their comfort level. They're not losing their ability, but they're losing their comfort level with actually talking with somebody eye to eye. Because eye to eye in person, it's intense. I mean, it's a real connection. And I think people can stare at their phones. They can text each other when they're in the same room. And I know we've all done it in the car and sitting on the couch. You just have these private conversations with people who are actually in the room. You're not actually practicing even connecting with somebody else. And unfortunately, I think that's going to be one of the problems that we have. So push yourself out of your comfort zone, spend time with your friends, even if it's not as easy as spending time on the phone or talking to them in a text or a chat or a Snapchat or some other way. Push yourself, because there's a real satisfaction about having a nice conversation with somebody, about having a cool social interaction. When you remember the good times in your life, it's not staring at a screen or a keyboard of any kind. It's about having an experience with another person. So push yourself. It's not comfortable. It'll be uncomfortable and awkward at times. But the more you do it, the more you practice it, just like anything, like a sport, like an activity, like a video game, the more you practice it, the more comfortable you are with it. And the more resources you have, the more lines you have, the more, interact. You just feel more comfortable when you build up a lot of positive interactions. Okay, well, we're about 7 minutes in, and I've been instructed not to go too much longer, so I'm going to have to put off the religious bully till another one. But I think that one's really worth tuning in for, so we'll definitely have that on the next version of Wisdom Wednesday. And don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Do you think guys and girls can really be friends? And also, do you think there are any other urinal or bathroom rules of etiquette that I didn't cover here? And actually, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I'm Quadfathermft. On Twitter, I'm Quadfathermft. Everywhere, I'm Quadfathermft. So follow me. We'll interact, and maybe in real life someday too. So as for me, I'm out on Wisdom Wednesday, and I will see you in the urinal.